God damn. God damn. This is... where do we... Where do we even start? Ladies and gents, where do we even start with this? Star Wars is in chaos. The story group member Matt Martin is clueless about the Rise of Skywalker novelization revelations. What's this referring to? Rey's dad is a failed Palpatine clone. They're all clones. Everyone's a bloody clone. You get a clone. You get a clone. No, you get a clone. We all get clones. And we still don't know quite what Snoke is. FYI. We still don't know. Anyway. Now, Matt Martin is part of the Lucasfilm story group. You know, Star Wars story group. So, I think what this really tells us... Sorry about that. I think what this really tells us is that the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, and they just don't talk to one another, and it's just being run a shambles. It's a total joke. So let's get into it, okay? If you didn't know already, Lucasfilm and Star Wars are in complete and utter chaos. I think everyone's known that for a while, but what a way to open your article. Latest piece of evidence comes from Star Wars story group member Matt Martin. Martin admitted he had no idea about the recent revelations found within The Rise of Skywalker novelization. Yes, that is my Palpatino voice. Now, it just... At first reported by Star Wars is dumb, Martin was asked about the revelation that Rey's father was actually a clone of Emperor Palpatine and how that works. So basically he's going, what is this deal? What is this crap? Because in the novelization it says Rey's father was actually like a failed clone, a strand cast, right? And you might go, what's a strand cast? We'll get to that in a second, because oof, spicy meatballs. This is going to be a weird question, given the recent revelations about Rey's dad. Is Rey Skywalker, is Rey Palpatine's granddaughter, his niece or his daughter? Related, is Boba Fett Jango Fett's son? And if so, why? Yes, believe it or not, this is all being debated. Well, no shit. Of course it's being debated, because you threw something out there because you thought it was cool, but you didn't think about the mechanics behind it. Matt Martin, again, part of the story group, okay? And remember, we've got to remember that they tout all of these people as being great. They all talk to one another. They all come up with these great ideas. You know, this is something which Lucasfilm and Star Wars and Disney have used as marketing. This is something that they have pushed. Evidently not, ladies and gents. Evidently not. I'm not sure what revelation you're talking about. Another user would then inform Matt that the revelation is that Rey's dad is a failed clone. The one where Rey's dad is a failed clone, probably. Is this another clickbait thing? No, mate. It sounds like it, doesn't it? I think the the most hilarious thing about this is it sounds like it's clickbait. It sounds like it's clickbait. I've just messed up my hair. It sounds like it's clickbait, but it's not. He would then question, where does it say Rey's dad is a clone? Basically not believing it in any way, shape or form. Here, mate. The heretics of the Sith Eternal toiled, splicing genes, bolstering tissue, creating unnatural abominations in the hope that one of these strand casts would succeed and become a worthy receptacle. The heretics would do anything, risk anything, sacrifice anything to create a cradle for their god consciousness. Nothing worked, but their efforts were not entirely in vain. One genetic strand cast lived, thrived even, a not quite identical clone. So bearing in mind, right, we're going to get to this strand cast nonsense, but they say, one genetic strand cast lived, a not quite identical clone, his son, but he was useless, powerless, failure. Palpatine could not even bear to look upon such a disappointment, ordinariness. The boy's only worth would lay in continuing the bloodline through more natural methods, i.e. Rey. Oh, and I just noticed, Strandcast mentioned in Mandalorian by whatever. Is it a type of clone that isn't a clone, but based on genetic material from another living being? Very poignant questions for Star Wars fans. And I'm going to give Star Wars fans massive props. You're thinkers. Right? You are thinkers. That's why people have such an issue with this movie. Is because Star Wars fans think about things. You think about this. That's why the universe is just expanded beyond belief. Because you think, you digest, and this is all trash. So here we go. Whoa! That wasn't in the one I read. This is why I always listen to the audiobooks after they're out. But yeah. Exactly what a Strandcast is not yet explained. Oh! Ladies and gents, they've come up with the term Strandcast because it's cool. They don't even have a definition of it. Well done. Well done, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Disney. Well done. You've done fudged yourself. Right up the wrong end. When asked when he read the older version, Martin responded, a couple months ago. I usually read the first or second draft. Sorry about that. Typically first, but it may have been later for The Rise of Skywalker since I wasn't lead on that one, since I didn't work on the film. Now, again, it's important to note he didn't work on the film. So he may not have... They're not... Logic would dictate that he's not going to be banged straight in there with the information, right? Okay, that's fine. But if this is a story group, right, which Disney, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy have been touting all of the media as this one singular focused drive force, because that's what they've been doing. They're like, yeah, we've got this writer's room. We've got this story group. We all throw ideas together. We all get down with it. No, you don't. Don't use something for media, PR, and if it's so blatantly going to come back and bite you in the arse, you just look stupid right now. You look real dumb. Now, Martin isn't the only one taken aback by the revelation that Rey's father is a clone of Palpatine. StarWars.com blogger Shana O'Neill also cast doubt on its authenticity, writing, I'm betting the book doesn't say this, but I'm going to check. She added, but if it's true, I'm going to need several minutes. Yeah, it's true, mate. Now, obviously, this article goes on to say some other bits and pieces. Admittedly, Martin says he wasn't lead on the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker novelization since he didn't work on the film. That's fair enough. But in PR, they've been touting this story group as something to be... They're on it. They're good. Trust in this story group. But you would think this major revelation would have been announced to the Star Wars story group so they would be equipped to handle questions as they're akin to do. This doesn't appear to have happened whatsoever. In fact, it appears to have completely blindsided Martin. It just goes to show there are serious organisational problems within Lucasfilm, outside of their film studio, but maybe more importantly, it also reinforces the idea that Lucasfilm just doesn't give a crap about Star Wars canon and history. It's all about telling a single story set within the Star Wars universe. The rest of the history and canon be damned, but at that point, you aren't even telling a Star Wars story, it's just a cheap knockoff. It's basically, and I've been saying this many times, they've never had a singular vision, they've never had a story set in stone, they've just been making it up as they go along. And this is very much evidence of that. And it's laughable as well, because they say, one has to wonder just how connected their upcoming High Republic project will be when Star Wars Story Group members don't even know that Rey's dad is a clone. How are they going to do? How are they going to do it? It's funny, that, isn't it? It says, funny stuff here, like, is Charles Soule really going to know what Cavan Scott is doing and vice versa? Is Justina Ireland going to know what Claudia Gray is doing? I highly doubt it. Yeah. Nah, this trash. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. I mean, this Rey being a Palpatino clone is laughable. Palpatino dad, whatever. So yeah, it's all trash. It's all utter garbage. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you are new here, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture movies by hitting the bell notification and turning notify all. If you're a returning subscriber, check the pinned comment down below. Subscribe to my backup channel, more Mr. reviews, because YouTube is blacklisting this channel currently. And you never know, they might just cut it. They might just be gone, because they do have a habit of doing that, and it's a risk. So I've made a second channel. I'm actually going to be migrating all of my older movie reviews, which you probably have never seen because YouTube doesn't notify anyone. Some really interesting stuff there, like dog soldiers and stuff like that. So anyway, head on over there, bell notifications on. You'll get some epic content that has actually been sat on my back catalogue for a while. But anyway, I've been Mr. H. Take care.